Good day to all our viewers. Thank you very much for joining us. Today is a very special day for two reasons. First, this is our maiden shoot, and secondly, we are joined by a very special guest within the legal and government space under the presidency. His name is Mr. Charles Mbeha. Welcome to the podcast. My name is Max Kamaunju, and I'll be hosting the Energy Dialogue podcast. We are currently at the third oil and gas conference, which is taking place at the Mercury Hotel. We are in our second day now. The theme for yesterday was the masterclass. Today is the technical conference, which is having the theme of exploration into action, and also, as you can see, positioning Namibia as the energy frontier. Welcome, Mr. Charles, to the podcast, and thank you for gracing us with your presence.
Thank you.
Perhaps I forgot to just give the intro. Mr. Charles is the Deputy Director for Petroleum Legal Compliance and Local Content in the Upstream Petroleum Unit under the presidency. So he's a very, very important person for us to have. And I hope our viewers stay tuned, because we will be trying to unpack these passionate policy issues that Namibians are passionate about. Mr. Charles, as I alluded to, yesterday we started with a masterclass. I think you were also having a speech that you made. And then today is a technical conference, which also went quite well in my view. I just wanted to find out what your overall impression is regarding the third oil and gas conference in terms of attendance and the topics that were unpacked.
Okay. Max, thank you for having me here.
Yeah.
And it's the first time whereby it has been said that I'm someone important.
Yeah.
Thank you for that. It feels good.
You're most welcome. You're most welcome.
Yes, yes. No, it's exciting times, as we know what Namibia is undergoing with the in terms of the oil and gas sector. And in terms of this conference, it is well attended. The topics are quite good, as it's informative, not just to the investors, but also to the Namibian people.
Absolutely.
Because we can't just target one side. There need to be a balance. And when one looks at this conference, it is set up in such a manner that it caters for both the Namibians, the investors. So it's well organized.
I think also, just to pick up from what you said, the chairperson of the organizing committee was also saying that there were over 400 international delegates, and then we have, I think, in excess of 1,000 people that registered locally as well. So just to also agree with what you were saying, that it is indeed a platform that is growing. Maybe also just another question. I wanted to know how your transition has been since you were initially in the Ministry of Mines. Initially, maybe just to take the viewers back as well, you were also doing, you were Chief Legal Officer within the Office of the Attorney General, and then Mr. Charles went to the Petroleum Unit under Ministry of Mines, and is now under the presidency. Can you just maybe enlighten our viewers how that transition has been so far?
Okay. No, thank you for the question.
Yeah.
And when you mention the transition, the transition is two-part. There's a transition of Charles Mbeha, and then there's a transition of the ministry.
Yeah, that's correct.
Myself, I was with the Office of the Attorney General, who is, of course, the principal legal advisor for the whole government. For 12 years. From there, my interest developed in the oil and gas sector. That's how I transitioned to the Ministry of Mines and Energy. When I came, I've learned a lot. But of course, with the new leadership, the president, Dr. Nandi Ndaitwah, she took a decision that she would want this oil and gas to directly fall under her. So that transition has commenced. And when we look at the transition, we need to understand two things. It's twofold. There's the functional transition and the administrative transition. The administrative transition is the aspect of your reporting channels and so forth. when you are given a task, when you should finish it, even your leave, who do you ask it from? That aspect has already transitioned to the office of the president. So we are now Upstream Petroleum Unit. When we were under Ministry of Industries now, Industries, Mines and Energy, we were Petroleum Affairs Directorate with two components, downstream activities and upstream. So what went to Office of the President, it's upstream. Downstream remained
with the ministry.
Now, the functional aspect, because we assist the administrator of the law in carrying out their work. And in terms of the law, that is the minister of Industries, Mines and Energy. So the law has not yet been finalized. So for now, the minister is still with that task, and we assist the minister. So it's a transition. We are working with both offices, but functionally, we are reporting to the minister, administratively to the president until such a time it is fully finalized.
Thank you very much. And also, just to pick up from what you've said, I've realized that, as you quite rightly pointed out, the petroleum unit has been shifted to the presidency, which is also perhaps a positive signal to the private sector, stakeholders, and everyone involved in the sector in terms of confidence. What are your thoughts about that?
Yes, it's always a good thing when the president of a country decides to say, I consider this as one of those critical sectors, and I want to personally supervise it. And it speaks well to the investors as well. Why I say so? Because in terms of bureaucracies, you eliminate the approval procedures. Because now you are sitting with the person who has the final authority. So whatever you go out there and say, it has already been endorsed by the president. So in terms of that, it is good. And this is the person who's running the country. So most of investors that we've spoken to, they are excited about this because they see that Namibia want to take this sector very important in order to bring it there. So it was a very good and strategic move. And we just have to see how to assist the president in managing this resource.
Thank you for that reply. The other thing also, perhaps what the viewers would want to know is, it was mentioned yesterday that the policy, the local content policy, to be specific, has also, has gone a long way. However, one of the panelists, I'm not sure whether it was Charles, alluded that there is already a Petroleum Act which makes provision for local content. However, some components still have to be refined to get the final product. Is that correct?
Yes. Actually,
partly correct.
Yes. No, you are correct. I will just amplify on it. And it was actually me who made that statement. Yes, because part of my function, local content, it's one of those which I'm heading, that division. So, and I always say this when we meet different oil companies and so forth, to say, although we are busy developing a local content policy, it does not mean there's no framework already. In terms of the Petroleum Production and Exploration Act, which has been in effect from 1991, Section 14 specifically outlines the provision in relation to local content, to say hire local, use local, and so forth, and do skills and technology transfer. What the Act fails to do is to outline how do you practically put that in practice. It just says you must do this. But the question we always get from oil companies like, okay, how do we do it? Or if they do it in a manner which you are not comfortable as a regulator, and you tell them that's not correct, the question they will ask you, which way is correct? And what are you going to rely on? Hence, the policy comes in. The policy expands on those principles which are already in the law, how to achieve what we want to achieve as a country for the ordinary Namibians to benefit from their resource. Because oil and gas, this is the resource for the Namibian. The government is merely just a administrator of this resource.
because I think what has also been mentioned a lot is the participation of the locals in terms of supply and just being part of the full value chain.
Yes.
And most viewers probably by now would want to know how, as a youth that is perhaps maybe in a remote area, how they can be part of the genesis of oil and gas now, and probably maybe from a policy, local content point of view. What should I say? What makes it easy to sort of leverage or close that gap between the person that is out there that doesn't know how to join the sector in terms of maybe just being part of the value chain?
Okay. Thank you for the question.
Yeah.
The starting point, it's usually to say, if I am interested in a particular sector, the first thing I need to do is to understand the sector.
Yes.
What is this sector all about?
Yeah.
So one needs to research and, of course, engage the various stakeholders which are involved of government,
Yes.
including our office. So what you do after that engagement, there's another important document. There was a baseline study which was carried out.
Yes.
The purpose of that baseline study was to identify the opportunities in the whole value chain of oil and gas. So once you read that document, it will indicate to you the various opportunities which are there.
Yes.
And where it is saturated, it will say here it's saturated, here it is not saturated.
Yes.
And this is what is needed. Even skills.
Yes.
For those who want to study, you would see that it will say here the skills
is lacking.
Is lacking.
Yeah.
So once you read that document, you will be able to decide that this is where I want.
Yes.
And if, for example, if you want to study, then it's easier. You can take that. But if it's purposes of a business, again, you see where it is lacking. And of course, now one has to register a business. You need to properly establish it, register it in terms of the laws and so forth.
Yes.
And so that when companies make it available, these opportunities, because when we engage companies, we inform them that when they want goods or services to be supplied, they have to make it public. They need to advertise it in the media, the newspapers which Namibians read, so that they can see. Don't just put it on your website. Some people do not have access to that. But with the newspaper and so forth, a lot of people will be able to have access, and they will apply, and then you select the best.
Yes.
The emphasis is really to say where Namibians can do the work or provide the service, you have to use Namibians.
Okay, that's good. Still under the President's office, in terms of, I know maybe if we have to take positive examples from Norway, I think that's also a classical, perfect example where we can have good learning lessons. I know Dubai and some other countries that are doing it. But on Norway, and I think Namibia also, we have the Sovereign Wealth Fund. Is it the Velvicia Sovereign Wealth Fund?
Yes.
Which is also what Norway did, where they have a portfolio of real estate and fixed income investments. That's, as you know, to avoid the Dutch disease, everyone running to oil and gas and neglecting the other sectors. Can you maybe just give us more information on that, how the fund is structured and how it will have a lasting impact on locals, on Namibians?
Okay. Thank you. I'll answer on that question. Although I will not go so much into details, I'll elaborate why.
Yes.
The fund was established during the tenure of our late president, Dr. Hage Geingob. May he so rest in peace. It is administered by the Bank of Namibia. They are the administrator of the fund. However, how the revenue will be collected, the rules of collecting money that will be put there. Let me focus now on the oil and gas. It will be 15% of the royalty which is payable. So royalty is payable throughout the year. And then at the end of the year, that total amount government has, 15% will be taken and then it will be put in the fund.
In the fund, yeah.
So for purposes of oil and gas,
yeah.
That's how it will be done.
Okay.
Of course, nothing stops. You might find a company which might say, I would like to contribute further to that.
Yes.
That, of course, is still welcome.
Yeah.
But currently, that is the rule how it will be done.
Yeah. It's actually good because we are trying to get the best practices that are out there, which is a good thing. But maybe in your space, in terms of governance, in terms of accountability and reporting, we already alluded to the fact that it's a good step that the Upstream unit is within the presidency. But from a governance point of view, in terms of reporting and accountability, I know Norway is part of the EITA. It's a global standard for accountability and reporting, and they are one of the members in that. Do you think maybe Namibia can also adopt such global standards where best practices are achieved?
Yes, it's always good to continually keep evolving.
Yeah.
Namibia, of course, needs to do an assessment and see how Namibia will benefit from that.
Yes.
But of course, if you look in the past, in terms of I think the index on transparency and so forth,
yeah.
Namibia generally performs well.
Yeah.
But of course, nothing stops the country to improve on that.
Yes.
Transparency is very good as it puts the citizens in a comfortable position, because they will really see how government makes decisions. Why did this one get awarded this and so forth?
Yes.
That is all about transparency. So if you are taking a decision closed doors, people are not aware, it will create questions to say, how was it done? Even if you did it according to the book.
Yes.
But if there's no transparency, there will always be questions.
Yes.
So it's always good to be transparent so that the Namibians can continue having trust in their government.
Yes, that's good. Maybe just to wrap up the conversation as well, once again, thank you for being with us. I just want you to perhaps leave our viewers with how you see the outlook. I know we are still in exploration phase. Hopefully we'll transition to development stage, but we're still waiting for the FID, the final investment of Total. And I'm sure in April, Total also visited the State House, where they had fruitful engagements with the Excellency. And then perhaps maybe Q1, Q2 next year, things will become clearer for the ordinary Namibian on the ground. Obviously then, hopefully moving on to production and decommissioning later at the later stage. What is your outlook currently from where we are now regarding governance, regarding compliance, the local content that we dissected, and just in general for the ordinary Namibian out there?
Okay. Yes, in terms of governance, we have a law, an old law.
Yes.
Back then when the law came into effect, there was no discovery of oil.
Yes.
Now you have discovered oil, so you realize, and over the years there have been certain loopholes you've identified.
Yes.
So you would want to close those loopholes.
Yes.
And when I say close loopholes, it's not always about government, but it's also to benefit the investor and to also benefit government.
Exactly.
So we are busy reviewing the law.
Yes.
In terms of the local content policy, we are almost at the final stage.
Yes.
And this is something which the president wants to be finalized as soon as in yesterday.
Yes.
And speaking on that, from the 1st of September to the, I think it's the 14th of September, we will do regional consultations where we will engage Namibians.
Okay.
So we encourage people.
In all the regions?
Yes, in all the regions.
Okay.
We encourage the Namibians to take part. It will be communicated through their respective governors to come in and give their input and so forth.
Yes.
Because only after that can we put the policy into effect. So fundamentally, the framework is very important in order for governance. If you don't have a framework, then there's no governance.
Exactly.
As in terms of the outlook for next year, of course, with we know with Total,
Yeah.
now it's for government and Total to engage.
Yeah.
Because before Total makes its decision, final investment decision,
Yeah.
you need to sit down and agree on certain things, then
Yeah.
you sign the agreement.
Yes.
So of course, government and Total are busy in that space.
Yes.
Depending how long that will take.
Yeah.
So the sooner that is concluded,
Yeah.
then Total will probably move to the development phase.
Yes.
But we are hopeful that the engagement will go smoothly and so forth,
Yes.
as we believe that our laws are investor friendly.
Yeah.
It's the reason why these companies come here.
Yes.
Because if a company
Yeah.
know that the law is not good for their investment,
Yeah.
they will not come and spend billions to search
Yes.
and so forth.
Yeah.
So we are confident that
Yeah.
it will go smooth.
Yeah, thank you very, very much. Of course, for the purpose of this interview, I think we have other engagements, but thank you once again. Keep on doing the good work that you're doing. The podcast will definitely reach out in future, perhaps maybe to just analyze some of these topics. I know we've left out the NDP 6, which is also a crucial document, but we thank you for being with us and all the best. Maybe just your few last words to the viewer before we let you go.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you very much
Yeah.
for this platform.
Yeah.
And it's part of our work
Mm.
to engage the public and to inform the public what is happening in the oil and gas space.
Yeah.
So this is one of those platforms whereby we can engage the public. But I emphasize again to say, please, at your respective regions, come in numbers, let us engage, let us improve on our policy, as this is the tool which will help government to be able to assist Namibians to benefit in this important sector. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Charles, for gracing us with your presence. To all the viewers out there, as you know, Namibia is moving from exploration to action and also positioning Namibia as a next energy frontier. We'll keep on bringing you more content, more guests to dissect various oil and gas topics and subjects that you are passionate about. So please make sure you stay tuned for the podcast. See you next time.